obviously. And the 4 rooms upstairs. Yes. Well, Inspector, as you can see, this is our room. There's no one here. So, Inspector, please, look. We really had a long day, okay? And my wife and I would like to have some time alone. If you don't mind.
Yeah, certainly. Let me know. So sorry to disturb you, sir. We're only doing our jobs.
Oh, I quite understand, Inspector.
Are you by any chance Mr. Charles Kachi?
Yes. But I don't recall we ever met.
I knew it. I knew it. Yes.
I didn't know I was that popular.
Oh, yeah, you're very popular. Who does not know Mr. Charles Kachi?
I still don't recall.
Well, don't worry. It was last year at a function. Nigerian police officers gala. Remember?
Yes. We sponsor the Nigerian police officers gala.
Yeah.
And I try to make sure that I attend every year.
Yeah, so you were there last year with a very beautiful lady.
I attend every year with several beautiful women.
Well, this is not just a very beautiful lady. You actually introduced her to me. What's her name again? Don't tell me. Yes, Cynthia. How is she?
Inspector, if you don't mind, my wife and I need to be alone. Oh. It's been a long day.
Yes. Yes, I understand. Well, send me well to Cynthia for me. Bye.
We need to talk.
We have nothing to talk about.
Charles, I am your wife, and I demand to be treated as such.
Fine. We'll talk, but not now. Okay, we have far more pressing things at hand.
What pressing issues?
I have never forgotten a face in my entire life. And yet I can't recall ever meeting with this Inspector Ben.
The inspector claimed he had made your acquaintance before.
Precisely the point. Claimed.
So, what game do you think he's trying to play?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I don't like it one bit.
What are we going to do now?
I don't know. Things are really getting complicated. And if you hadn't come here and killed a woman, we wouldn't find ourselves in this mess in the first place.
Well, you left me no choice, right? With your lying and deceiving, and you even sent me a letter. You couldn't bring it to me yourself. You had to send the delivery man.
Fine. And that was why you had to come here gun blazing like Uma Thurman.
It was self-defense. I didn't do that on purpose.
Oh. Well, I'm sure your lawyers will have a field day explaining that to the court. That it was self-defense. Anyway, there's only one thing left to do now.
What?
Play the victim card. Whoa. Calm down, Black Rambo. How about?
Are they gone?
Yes, for now. But I have a feeling we'll be seeing the good inspector sometime in the future. So, how do you feel?
I feel like crap.
You look like crap. So, you want something to eat? My wife is making some dinner. I think you're hungry.
What about him?
Well, I'm sure there will be some food left in the pot when he wakes up. If he wakes up. You know, for a criminal, you seem to be kind of a nice guy. Come on. See? It's not poisoned.
This is nice.
Thank you. Cynthia was a lot of bad things, but she definitely wasn't a bad cook.
I'm going to bed.
So, you still don't trust me? I have a dead body in my house. If the police find it here, I stand to lose more than you would ever lose in 50 lifetimes.
Nice try. You're a billionaire. You must have a get out of jail free card.
I understand what you're saying. But see, nobody gets the get out of jail free card.
You're the first rich person I've heard talk like this.
Let me tell you one or two things about my life. Maybe you will learn a thing or two from it. See, if you understand where I'm coming from, then you will be able to understand why I am the way I am. See, I was not born with a silver spoon. My father was a poor farmer, and my dear mother, God bless her soul, died while giving birth to me. My father hated me on account of that. He blamed me for her death. It was terrible. You can imagine what it felt like to see your mates have everything that you were deprived of. It got to a point that I just couldn't stand it again. I decided that I had to get an education, that was the solution. And so I did all kinds of odd jobs just to pay my way through school. And eventually I graduated with the second class upper. And I felt that things were going to be easy after that. It only got worse. I had to struggle for everything. And that is my story.
Fast forward some years later, you became a billionaire. How did you manage that?
It was magic. So, since we're trading life secrets, why don't you tell me yours?
There's nothing to tell.
Oh, come now. You must lead an exciting life. I mean, a wanted criminal like yourself. You know, tell me about your adventures.
My reasons are not quite different from yours. I was tired of being poor.
And so you decided to become a criminal?
We are both criminals.
Really? Tell me how you came about that.
I break into people's houses for pennies, while you sit in your fancy offices, robbing millions of naira from people with a big smile on your face. Sounds almost similar. Well, I could say I had no choice, but then I would be lying. I was a member of a quartet daredevil group called the Night Crawlers. We go into people's houses, rob them clean. The police were scared of us. Everybody knew our names. They wrote about us on the papers, TV. We were popular. The love of the adrenaline rush that comes with it. The feeling of invisibility. I could say we never did it because of the money or to live a fancy life. But we did it because we loved it and we're good at it.
Well, you were obviously not that good at it, otherwise your colleagues will still be alive today and you wouldn't be here. First rule, always have a contingency plan. You guys didn't have a contingency plan, I mean a backup plan.
We were set up.
Second rule, always be a step ahead of everybody.
So you knew this was going to happen today?
No. But I was prepared for every eventuality. So, what's your poison?
What?
I mean, what would you like to drink? Brandy, whiskey, champagne, you name it.
I don't drink on the job.
I'm sure you'll be willing to make an exception in this case if I'm equally willing to share my trade secrets with you.
Why would you do that?
So what's the use of all that knowledge if you can't share it with someone every once in a while?
Okay. Brandy.
Take it easy. Cheers. Whoa, take it easy, man.
For the pain.
Oh, okay. So, what would you like to know?
Who is a dead woman?
A business partner.
Thought she was your lover.
Then who says you can't be both?
I thought you don't mix business with pleasure.
Ah, the fifth rule. But you do realize or know that there is an exception to that rule, don't you?
And what's that?
Never mix business with pleasure unless pleasure becomes business.
Why did you kill her?
I didn't kill her.
And how did you become rich so quickly?
Well, I don't usually share this with anyone, but I think I'll make an exception with you. I mean, since we're buddies and all that. Have you heard of the Ponzi scheme?
No.
I didn't expect you to know of it. So how do I break this down in layman's terms? Okay. Let me put it like this. Assuming I come to you. No. Okay, let me put it like this. Assuming I have 3 investors. You, my wife, and the dead woman.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Now, I come to you and I introduce myself. Hello.
Hi.
Okay. Okay, my name is Charles. I am an investment banker.
Hello, Charles.
So I tell you, or I ask you rather, what is the one thing that you want the most right now? And you say?
A laptop.
A laptop. Good. So I ask you, how much would this laptop cost? And you answer?
50,000.
And I ask you, how much have you got in savings?
5,000.
5,000. And then I say to you, you can invest this 5,000 naira and make 50,000 naira in 2 weeks with no work. What would you say?
I would be skeptical at first.
But you would think about it. And you would invest your 5,000 naira. Now, assuming I now take your 5,000 naira and give it to my wife, who happens to need 5,000 naira for some urgent thing at that time. Okay? Now, my wife also happens to have a friend, the dead woman, who has 500,000 naira that she wants to invest. Now, my wife tells the dead woman that she has this brilliant investment scheme with which she could multiply her investment within a short period of time. So I come on the scene and I promise her 5 million naira for her 500,000 naira. She agrees, based on my wife's testimony, and invests her 500,000 naira. So I take her 500,000 naira and go on to the next person. And it goes on and on and on. Just like that.
Do people just fall for such simple scam?
Oh, you would be amazed what people fall for with the right motivation.
Is it done yet?
Barely. It's around 11:59 or so.
So where is he?
He will sleep on the couch.
What's gonna happen to him?
Well, he's going to take the blame. I feel a bit sad, really. I mean, he seems like a nice chap. Are you feeling bad?
He's innocent.
Trust me. No one is innocent. I mean, it's either you or him. And anyway, I believe he was brought here for a reason.
And that reason is to take a fall for murder?
Yes. I mean, just imagine when people hear of how I was beaten and tortured, it will draw some sympathy from them. And this sympathy will help me in winning the forthcoming elections.
Where is the man I married?
Right here.
Why did you send the divorce papers?
I didn't want to do it.
You're still sticking with those lines? I mean that another woman forced you to send divorce papers to your wife.
Precisely.
Charles! How could she force you to send divorce papers to me and you couldn't say no?
Look, I had to prove to Cynthia that I was in love with her. And the only way I could do that was by divorcing you and marrying her.
Why?
You see, Cynthia had a unique set of skills, which was necessary for my line of work.
What skill set?
See, Cynthia had potential. And she just needed some motivation to unlock those potentials. And in this case, it was marriage.
You were using her and she was just a tool?
Exactly.
Am I also a tool?
No. Look, you're my wife. And I love you.
You do?
Of course I do. Very much.
Aside her, did you sleep with any other woman?
Occasionally.
Occasionally, Charles. Is it that I'm not good enough for you?
Of course not. You're more than enough for me.
Because I do not understand why my husband says I am enough for him and goes to sleep with other women occasionally.
Look, it was purely business. No emotions attached.
Can you hear yourself talk, Charles? Purely business. No emotions attached.
Listen.
What kind of business did you need Cynthia happy for?
Look, let's just talk about this when this whole thing is settled.
No! We are going to talk about it now.
I have had enough of this. I mean, how come I'm always the bad one and you're the saint? I mean, I didn't hear you complaining when someone else was to take a fall for a murder you committed.
Don't you dare.
I am not going to argue with you. Okay? Now, tomorrow is going to be a very long day. So I suggest that you get your beauty sleep. Because you'll need it. How is your acting? It better be convincing, okay? Because tomorrow is going to be a long day indeed.
Yep. By the time we're done with all this, I'm going to sign the divorce papers. Did you hear me?
Is that what you want?
Yes.
Then why did you have to come all the way here? Why didn't you just stay home and sign the papers?
Oh no. Because I wanted to know if you still loved me.
Of course I still love you. I love you very much.
You do?
Of course I do. I mean, you're so beautiful. You're incredible. And you're great in bed.
Stop it. I won't change anything. I won't change anything.
Sure it won't.
What is this?
Freeze! Drop the weapon. Drop the weapon! Drop it!
Reading this right. Anything you say or do will be used against you in the court of law. You have a right to attorney, and if you don't have one, the state will get you one. Now move. Move!
Take it easy, man.
Mr. Charles, you okay?
I'm fine. Oh, my wife. Are you okay? I should have fine. I'm sorry. Oh, thank God. You came just in the nick of time.
How were you guys able to call for help?
Well, obviously he forgot to set us, so I had my phone in my pocket. That was how I was able to make the call.
You guys are really lucky. Now tell me what happened.
Well, after you left, he came out and rounded us up.
Where in the house will they hide you?
I don't know. I'm sure that by the time you interrogate him, he will give you all the details.
Can I talk to your wife alone?
Sure. Why not?
Now that we're alone, tell me everything that happened.
He came. Cynthia struggled with him and he shot her.
When was this? Before or after?
After.
What time?
I can't remember.
So, how do you feel about everything?
I feel awful. The younger lady was shot.
I don't mean now, I mean before. How do you feel when you found out about Cynthia?
What do you mean?
Well, you do know that she's your husband's lover.
Charles has his excesses.
And that is okay by you?
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Maybe that's why you removed the threat.
Sorry? What do you mean remove the threat?
Do you love your husband?
Of course I love my husband.
Do you love him enough to kill for him?
Are you trying to say that I killed Cynthia to remove the threat because I am jealous?
Did you?
You don't know how I feel.
How do you feel?
A young lady just died in my house. How am I supposed to feel?
Do you think she deserves to die?
No one deserves to die.
So, tell me, how do you feel now?
I'll manage.
What's your relationship with the deceased?
She's a friend.
So your relationship with her is strictly platonic?
No.
Did you kill her?
I thought you had the killer in custody.
I'll be the judge of that. I mean, right now we need to eliminate all possibilities.
Okay.
How long have you been lovers?
A year and 6 months.
And how did you meet her?
She works for me. Look, Inspector, is this interrogation necessary?
Like I said, standard police procedures. So, did you kill her?
No.
Okay. Tell me about your wife.
What about my wife?
Do you love her?
Of course I love her very much.
Yet you cheat on her.
Occasionally.
So how do you justify cheating on a woman you love?
Are you married, Inspector?
Yes. I've been married for 16 years.
And you have never cheated on your wife?
Never. Wow. I get that a lot.
I can imagine. Well, then I guess there's no point in trying to justify my actions to a man who obviously wouldn't understand.
Try me.
Look, I don't see how these questions are necessary.
Are you trying to protect your wife?
Protecting my wife from what?
I don't know. Maybe the murder of your lover.
Are you saying my wife is capable of murder?
Anybody is capable of doing anything, including murder.
Look, Inspector, it's been a long day and we really need to rest.
One more thing. What time did he kill her?
I beg your pardon.
The time he shot her.
I don't know. Maybe 6.
You don't have an idea of the time. Okay. Well, for a man who has just lost his lover, you look pretty calm.
Well, I'm sure there's enough time for grieving later. And I'm just glad that we were able to escape alive, you know.
Now, tell me everything that happened. Don't leave out anything.
Oga, they beat me, kick me, tie me since yesterday. I never chop.
Tell me, who tied you up?
The man we break enter our house.
Does the deceased have any family?
She should.
Any that you know of?
Inspector, you obviously overestimate the extent of my relationship with the deceased.
What else can you tell me about the deceased?
What do you want to know?
Anything that would let us track down her family. I know you won't want her pictures scattered all over TV and newspapers.
Well, her last name was Ayaun. She was Cynthia Ayaun, from Anambra State.
And?
What else do you want to know? I mean, her favorite nail polish? Her favorite food?
Well, if possible, yes.
What exactly is your interest in this? I mean, you already have the culprit in custody and you have 3 eyewitnesses that are willing to testify that he was responsible for the murder.
Does she have any friends?
None that I know of.
How long was she staying here?
2 weeks.
And before then, where did you guys usually meet?
Hotels. I would book the place and she would meet me there.
Well, that will be all for now. One more thing. Do you have anywhere you can stay in the meantime? Because we need to scrub the place for evidence.
Sure. We'll move into a hotel.
How convenient.
I can't believe we're back in this house again.
We cannot just leave Abuja like that. We need to keep up appearances.
You just tell me everything is going to be okay.
Look, everything will be fine, okay? I mean, it's our words against that of a common criminal. Whose do you think will carry more weight? In this case, won't even make it to court. I'll make sure of that.
That inspector, he scares me. That man is very intelligent. Do not underestimate him.
Maybe you should not underestimate me.
Hello.
Hello, Inspector.
Yes.
How can I help you?
Mrs. Kachi, you have to follow us to the station. You have some questions to answer.
Seriously, I don't understand, Inspector. As in... Why?
Well, we found new evidence.
What new evidence?
Take her to the station.
Charles.
Wait, just take it easy. Don't worry, I'm sure it's just a normal question and answer session, okay?
Charles.
I'll call my lawyer.
Madam?
Don't worry.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Don't worry. I'll be there shortly.
What do you know about guns, Mr. Charles?
What?
The bullet found in the dead body didn't match the gun. And we found the gun that matched the bullets. And your wife's prints were all over the place.
What exactly do you want, Inspector?
How do you mean?
What do I do to make this evidence disappear?
Oh, you mean bribe?
Don't put it that way.
Okay, I'm listening.
15 million naira to make the evidence disappear.
That's a lot of money.
Do this for me, Inspector, and I will forever be in your debt.
Okay then, I want everything. The money, the cars, the houses, everything.
Be reasonable.
Oh, yes, one more thing. I want you to walk into prison. That way, all the evidence fly away.
Inspector, you do not want me as an enemy.
It's because of scum like you that I joined the police force. You rob everybody without even batting an eyelid. You represent everything that is not good in this country. And need I remind you that in the course of this investigation, you are not to travel out.
Oh, don't worry about me. Inspector, watch your back.
Thank you.
Hello. Yes, IG, sir. yes. Good afternoon. Yeah. It's been a while. You know how work is. Oh, no. Don't mention it. In fact, we're preparing that this year's Police Officers Gala is going to be one of a kind. I'm telling you. Don't worry. I'll brief you on our plans later, yeah? Okay. Yes, sir, there's something I need your favor concerning. Yes, it's a little matter that I think I need to bring to your attention. Something that I believe is within your power to handle for me. Inspector.
I heard you booked the whole VIP for this meeting. That must be very important.
Well, I didn't want us to be disturbed. Please take a seat. So, I was surprised to get your call. I hope there's no problem, Inspector.
I got a call from the commissioner last night. 20 years in the force, and this is the second time I'm getting a call from the commissioner. The first time was to congratulate me for a job promotion, and then yesterday, just to tell me that I was fired.
Oh, that's sad. How did that happen?
I don't know. Maybe someone with a very high connection went in my head.
I wonder who that could be.
So, I decided to come see the person I know with the very high connection, and will be so glad that I got kicked out from the force.
Well, see, I hope you can appreciate the irony, Inspector, because if I recall correctly, just yesterday you were telling me that you joined the force just because of scum like me. Now this scum is responsible for getting you kicked out of it. I just hope that the next inspector will be more sensible.
Well, that won't be necessary.
Why?
Your wife got a deal for a reduced sentence.
What deal?
I like this beer.
What deal?
It's criminally chilled.
What? Deal?
Your wife gave us the names of your partners and associates. Well, of course, I'm sure you're wondering how she got to know about their names. The exact same question I asked her, and her response was she overheard your conversation and the events you took her to, and of course you introduced her to your partners. Partners you spent so much to keep just a secret.
My wife wouldn't do that.
It took her just 15 minutes to give you up. You know, it's surprising what one will do given the right motivation. Prison is a very frightening motivation. Anyway, we're interrogating each of them as we speak right now, and we hope to cut a deal as long as they, for them to, you know, bring out something that will implicate you.
I call you bluff.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because your wife refused to give us evidence to incriminate you. Whatever hold you have on her, it must be very strong.
It's called love.
Yeah. And there is the Uche matter.
Listen to me. If you do exactly as I say, and say only what I tell you to say, not a word more, I am prepared to give you 500,000 naira cash. Okay? But if you add just one letter or one syllable or change what it is I told you to say, you will not even live to regret it. Is that clear? Good.
You see, Mr. Kachi, this is no longer a job for me. I take it personal. I blame people like you for the suffering my family had to endure.
Inspector, what did I ever do to you? I mean, I never collected money from your father. Everyone I collected money from were crooks.
That was not for you to decide.
Fine. So what do you want? I will give you 100 million naira right here, right now.
Wow. 100 million naira? Like, seriously?
Yes.
Do you have that kind of money right here and now?
I'll do you an electronic transfer and you'll get the alert immediately.
Do you know that bribing a police officer is a crime?
I will give you 100 million naira right here, right now.
Okay.
Look, I'm not going to lose everything.
Wait. Come on. What do you stand to gain if you shoot me? I mean, you will still go to prison. Well, like, you will get a life sentence or even death sentence.
Look, I can't afford to lose everything. I can't afford to lose everything.
You can't even afford to die because people like you love life to the fullest.
How long will I get?
40 years.
For 40 years? Look, I'll be 80 by the time I'm out. 80 and broke.
Then cut a deal. Look, help me bring down criminals like you.
Oh, I see. And you'll protect me when I'm out, right? Forgive me if I have lost my faith in the police force.
Your sentence will be reduced to 10 years.
Keep your deal.
It's honorable. Very honorable. Oh, I see. You prefer to go to jail than snitch on your friends, right?
I survived the streets. How worse can prison be?
Much worse.
I'll take my chances.
Oh God. Well, I hope your partners and accomplices are as honorable as you are. Because even the reduced sentence has been known to make even the most honorable of all criminals squeal.
Well, you will not be there to see my downfall.
Contrary to that, I'll be sitting at the front row.
No, you will be dead.
No bullets. Officer!
Mr. Charles, you're under arrest.
You do understand the plan?
Yes, sir.
We have only one shot at this and it must be perfect.
I understand, sir. I break into the house, get intel of what we can use against him.
You do realize that what I'm asking from you is very risky and highly illegal.
I understand, sir.
Alright, let's meet.
Okay.
So, Inspector, please, look, we really had a long day, okay, and my wife and I would like to have some time alone, if you don't mind. Yeah, certainly. Let me know. You're a police officer all along. Well played, Inspector. Well played. See, but there were no bullets in the gun. My lawyers will have me out in no time.
Well, that might be true. But while you're away, to give us enough time to search your house for any evidence against you.
Oh, well, good luck with that. You think I'm silly enough to make such a stupid mistake? I have learned from the mistake of others.
Well, if there's one thing we learn from history, is that no one learns from history.
This way, Mr. Charles.
I'll be out in no time. You'll see. You'll see. In no time! These are the names we've got so far for the interrogation.
I think you should handle this one. So, Stephen, you're right. I've dedicated my time to this investigation that I totally ignored my family. Well, I've played my part. I've done my duty to this country. And I think it's time for me to concentrate on my family. They need me. Very good, sir. Stephen, sir. You're welcome, sir.